Well, friend, let's start with the Paragon challenge. For those who do not know, for this opportunity, we have no restrictions on the characters. That is, we can carry any type of character. We are obviously going to have to know what we will not face. Well, the first battle. We already know that we have to carry a purifier. Or in any case, characters that have sensitivity to the disadvantage of bleeding. And I think Cold Wave. I do not remember well the other disadvantage, but that they have it be at least even if it is. I have found 2 disadvantages that I left this Morbius, because every time we hit it, there will be a chance that he can do it for us. Leave certain disadvantages now. Something very important. And he will also have a protection node, which will be deactivated every time we intercept. Well, we can do this to perform with characters, as I say, mainly, who have the ability to purify, or who have certain immunities. As only, not to forget its sonic sliding ability. That's a good one. Those little vampire wings that are below its life bar, in which when he moves away and comes to us, super fast. Keep that in mind. Because maybe without you noticing, and that's it. It has already reached you, and this way it can lower you at considerable life then. Keep it in mind more than anything else. The rest, I think, is a manageable battle. If you don't have Shankai, we can hit it with Comic Rider 01. Character I am wearing, for example, I would recommend hitting it with Blade. Also with the synergy of villains. In which also the synergy of villains. Believe me, that will be useful for almost every battle, because almost all the characters we are going to face are technically villains. Hercules will also be able to surge, because it has resistance at least to bleeding. Then you can kind of heal yourself. Well, in that battle, the only thing we have to do is to carry a character. That leaves the disadvantage. Otherwise, our damage will be very limited. We have to tear it down, because it will have a protection mode, in which every time we demolish it, this node will just be deactivated. And another point to take into account is that if we hit him too hard in defense, he will not leave a bleeding disadvantage. Well then, those are like the more complicated things about the character. The main thing is to carry a character. That leaves the advantage. That's why I put Sunspot. I have put a Visho, which are also very good alternatives. And well, you're already looking at Nuclear Warhead, also known as Mega Sonic. Well, against this battle, if you do not master the inverted controls, I would recommend that you carry a character labeled as a robot, because that way you will be canceling a node, in which, throughout the battle, we will have the controls reversed. Unless that we carry a character labeled as a robot, or a character labeled as armor. Well then, in case you do master it, I would tell you what a Comedian Rider will be one of the best alternatives. But I still think you can also download it with Hercules, or in any case, you could also hit it with Warlow Omega, which are very good alternatives that I have put in there. Now, something also to be taken into account, we hit him, there will be a recording that it can leave us with a disadvantage of bleeding, and if we hit him on defense, there will be a smile that will leave us with the disadvantage of poisoning. Then I think many of us already know this. Is trying to carry, even if they are characters that have resistance, these disadvantages, or in any case immune. That would be more than a problem solved, without forgetting that, also, that when we cannot make the stop, on a regular basis. No, because it will be at the first stop and then normal. Now against Red School, which must be taken into account, is that if we finish any kind of combo, then we will not be able to repeat this combo. Because in case we repeated it, he will not be able to perform an automatic lock. Then you know that with its automatic lock, we are going to lose a lot of life. Then, simply if we finish in the combo in the middle stroke, then we finish in weak, low, and so on. Or simply, Do not finish the combo now. And with this problem solved to the very important thing. And it is that so that I can facilitate the battle for you. You could also make a stop, even though you could not. Do not stun it, because the node is going to make the battle much easier for us. Because it tells us every time our skills are not to be activated, we are going to win these efficiency improvements. And you know that these improve because it is going to obviously. Our damage from our super specials increases. Not now here while I was the rider. While it is true, no, it comes out to shine so bright because it. Red School, thanks to the node, is immune to if it had been normal. That is, if it could have left him with the disadvantage of LUDUMMAXIMUS. This would have been a super fast battle, wouldn't it? But you can still defeat him with any character. Obviously, you will be able to take a little longer. But the truth is that I consider that I can all of this can be very, very If you have Hercules, it will be a very good option. As I told you, Blade also, with the synergy of villains, will also be a good alternative. That will be useful to you. Good for this battle. It is best to wear characters that leave non-harmful disadvantages, so that in this way our blows are increased, thanks to a gain of passive rages. And that is because in the node comments that every time she throws her super specials at us, will leave us with a disadvantage. Now, these disadvantages are non-harmful, but every time we leave it with other disadvantages, non-harmful, then these disadvantages that she has left us, we will be able to transform it in advantages of passive rages. Then what is this going to do? We obviously kill super fast to scrap. That's why here I am taking comic. Remember, the rider leaves several disadvantages. Look, even though I had lost my advantage of cruelty, because simply with that, I was able to destroy it super quickly. That's why I tell you to bring characters that leave this type of disadvantage, and that would solve the problem. If you don't have the comic rider, it's going to be better. One of the best alternatives for this battle, and also against Count Nefaria. But I hit him with at the end with Shanghai, because I wanted to leave him with the disadvantage of slowness, so that he can no longer elude me. And with that, I nullify much of their abilities. Something to keep in mind is that I do not recommend you bring purifiers or good. If you are going to bring purifiers keep in mind that you are going to lose it, even if it is something of life, because he does not inform us that every time we purify ourselves, direct harm will be inflicted on us, unless that we reduce the accuracy of the skills. And there may be already there was no radiation of any kind, but personally, I really consider that, yes, can be somewhat complicated. In case we carry a purifier directly. That is why for this battle, I would not recommend that you give, for example, with Moman, because there is a possibility that you will die. Just very, very fast. Here, the most delicate thing will be and also another is going to be the theme of the unblockable. Every search, as he gains that unlockable advantage, which is going to be eliminated every time he wants to hit us. But the good thing is that we are going to win an resolution, which will allow us to block that unlockable and nothing, gentlemen. This is the video I wanted to bring you today. Thank you that you have stayed until the end of the video. And with me, it will be until a next video. Bye-bye.